Hi, I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. This is an I Felt Like It read, which is timeless. I would like to say, please do not live your life by the tarot. It is you who creates your own destiny. You are intelligent, beautiful or handsome, and you are kind. These readings will always resonate. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share these videos. Someone may be enlightened by them. Also, to my subscribers, welcome back. And to any new subscribers, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. You are the backbone of this channel, and I greatly appreciate you. Wow, I didn't even touch the camera, and I just saw it move by itself. I don't know what that's all about. I'm moving it right now, but before that, it wasn't me. So, yeah, I felt like doing a reading because I did zodiac readings, and some of them were like, they were interesting, right? And I did, and you know what else I did? I happened to go and find, I wanted to see like, what, like what's going on? And so I went to find a reader that I like. One of the readers I like that they're not all trying to talk about, all the terrible, they try to do healing also. Like there's other healers out there like me who actually do the readings and want to help you heal, right? So I go to that one reader that I have that I like to see, just to check real quick. And yes, so some things are matching up, for some things are going on. And then I did also hear one of them mention, or this person mentioned, it's a guy too, by the way, it's a man who I went to. This guy was telling me, about, I guess, Jupiter conjunction. There's going to be a new 13-year cycle or whatever, right? So when I was shuffling the cards before I started the video, I'm like, all right, so what is going on for the collective in love for the new 13-year cycle, right? So that was the intention for this reading. So this is a love reading. I'm hoping, right? We're going to see what comes out because you never know how these cards do. And, let's just get started and see, right? All right. Just wanted to do a quick little explanation of, the intention, All right. So this is all about love, right? We're trying to figure out for the collective, for this new 13-year cycle that's about to hit us. I think Jupiter goes into conjunction with whatever, right? Something like that. But there is a new cycle that's coming. And you know what? You guys might be feeling it, and I'll tell you why. Because you might be at a stage where you're like done or over past heartbreaks. You've gone through some healing and stuff like that. So you're ready for something new. And if you are in that kind of feels, then that means that you may be one of these people who are affected by this new cycle, right? Because I'm going to tell you what, not everyone is going to be affected in the same way at the same time. All right, so I just want to let you know that, because even though the astrology stuff is there, I'm going to tell you right now, I personally don't feel that it's currently accurate, because it's not the same thing as when it was first made so many thousands of years or hundreds of years ago, whenever it was, devised, whatever, because things change, things alter. There's a wobble in the earth. It's going to turn differently. The precession of the equinox is different now. It's not the same. So it's not all like pinpointy, it's give or take. Okay, so everybody's not going to feel this way, this certain type of way at the same time. It's going to be give or take time. Okay. All right. And that's, from me, that is common sense stuff. That's not stuff that's like, it's written in, but it's just common sense. It's kind of like, something is bound to happen because things happen in time. It's that type of thing. Okay. All right. So let me shut up and let me keep shuffling and try and get our first few cards out at least, right? Already a card in the reverse. What is it? Eight of Swords, but that's a great card to receive as a first card, okay? With this Eight of Swords, you are releasing yourself from something, okay? And like I said before this card pulled out or flew out, was that if you are in the energy that you have finally released something, that has caused whatever, or maybe you figured something out or whatever, you will be, releasing yourselves, or you are currently releasing yourself, or it will happen in the future because something is going on, like with this energy of release. All right, no more feeling trapped for you. Okay, and that's good. That's a good feeling. And as you can see on the top left of this card, we do have the Jupiter symbol. So this cycle may actually affect some of you guys. All right? And this effect is that release of the old to bring in the new, right? Great job, though, if you are on that mode. And because you know what? Even though 13-year cycles can occur, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are free. But somebody here who came here today, you are free. You will be free. Right? Okay. So let's go ahead and find out what's coming out next. It's looking good for someone right now if you're in this energy, regardless how the cards come out next. You determine your future. You know what I'm saying? You are the one that determines what happens next. And personally, I feel that you are releasing yourself from something, okay? Something that was just not good, and you will begin this new cycle of something. I don't know. Let's hope. Yeah. Look at that. The Eight of Cups. So you are releasing, you're walking away from whatever kept you trapped. And that could be anything, you guys. It could be a relationship. It could be a family, a toxic family, a toxic, relationship. That's family, friends, acquaintances, right? That could be work, school, whatever. But whatever's going on here during this cycle and this, the Jupiter thing, right? You are walking away. You're going to release yourself and walk away from whatever this was, because you were feeling trapped. You were. And it's not fair. You're not born on this earth to feel trapped. You're born on this earth to be happy and to spread that happiness and love to others, right? And I think you're releasing something here that just was not good for you. Okay. Now, the outcome of this is, now, I don't know how this kind of fell, because if it would have not, okay, yeah, it would have fallen. Okay, so the outcome here is, because you're walking away, you're leaving a toxic situation, because maybe that's what you figured out. It took you this long. It took you all this time to figure out that you are in something super toxic. So when it comes, if you did come here because you're like, love, I don't know how I'm going to title this. So I don't know if the title will draw you here or what will draw you here. Or maybe you just like my readings, or just maybe you just, I don't know. Even the picture that shows up on the video, you might like what you see. I don't know. Whatever the case that had you click on that, you are one of those people that have gone through a cycle of some sort of feeling trapped, feeling burden in your life, feeling hurt. And you finally said, forget it. I'm not doing it anymore. And you release yourself and you're leaving. Why? Why are you leaving? And what are these words? Because there were too many secrets, too many illusions. People had you all up in your head thinking about things. And you know what? That wasn't helping your mental state. It was bringing it down. And that's what people were trying to do. And then you finally realized, okay, I understand now. Maybe you had an epiphany. Maybe you had a dream. Maybe you went for a walk in the park with your dog, or maybe you went hiking and something just popped in your head and you're like, oh my God, why didn't I see this before? You know what I'm saying? And that's a good feeling, when you get that epiphany or that realization. And then once you get that thought in your mind, run with it. Start to do the research. Start to find out, why did this happen? Why was I pulled into this? Why was I manipulated? How did I get stuck? And normally you have to backtrack all the way back to childhood. Yes, that's far. You could be like somebody who's like almost 50 like me, right? You might have to backtrack all the way to childhood to figure out why you have become trapped in situations that you did, right? But not anymore though. You are releasing, you're walking away. There were some secret illusions. You figured some shit out. Okay? And you are definitely going to leave this toxic situation behind. Now, what is the obstacle on moving forward here? Okay, look, I also want to show you, because I just took a quick peek. We have Capricorn at the bottom of the deck, the 3 of coins, Capricorn. All right? So we also, here, well, the signs I have here, look, we have Gemini, we have Pisces, Aquarius, and then I just showed you this Capricorn. They're just signs here, energies, whatever. But you could have these in your chart, or someone you're dealing with could have these in their chart, something like that, right? I don't work strictly off of sun signs. I do sun, moon, rising, Venus, and north node. So, you could have these signs anywhere. But we have that 3 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So it looks like somebody may want to collaborate with another person some way, somehow. Now, if you're leaving a toxic situation and you feel like you've gone through something and you know that you might need a little assistance to help get you through, that's what you might do. You might seek some assistance, some help, collaborate with others for your healing. Right? Because who knows what you went through. It doesn't look like it was very good, though, because you were trapped before. But now you've released yourself, or have been released, and now you want to work on things. Maybe you're going to work on yourself, fix yourself after maybe this was trauma for you. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now let's go ahead and see if there's, what's the next card that comes out for the next placement, which could be an obstacle, or it could be, solution or something, right? What is this? Okay, the 8 of Pentacles. Now, this is a good card to get now, but in this position, it's not, because it's an obstacle, right? Or or it could be the solution. Like, say if you're at this point, you're ready to leave, you want to go away from this toxic energy. What are you going to do next? Right? You're not going to jump into anything new. I'll tell you that much. You need to heal before you jump into anything new in regards to the emotions that have taken place here, right? The same type of emotions. This could have been a love relationship, okay? If you were in a love relationship that was extremely toxic and you finally walked away from it, toxic, walked away, going to somewhere better, right? What I suggest, and this is what this placement suggests also, is that you work on yourself. The 8 of Pentacles is a card of self-work, self-love, discovery, and all that stuff, right? So that's what's suggested as the next step if you are going through something like this. All right, you don't jump into something new. Take it easy, take it slow, right? Evaluate how you got into the last relationship, this toxic one. Think about how it started and how you got into it. Don't take those same steps with the new one, right? Maybe you were too hasty. Maybe you jumped into something too quick and didn't know, and you were just like, oh my God, I got myself stuck, right? Don't do that anymore, right? Make sure, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know who you're headed towards. You might think, oh, I know who I can tell everything. No, you know what? People are sneaky. We got some good actors out there. So just don't jump into things just because, okay? I'm just saying just because. Because it's like people can manipulate. But you know what? Someone always gets caught slipping. And you will find that. And you may have seen this before, but it was kind of like too late because you were stuck already. That's what I'm saying. And people get into relationships so hastily and so quickly, they don't even, and then all of a sudden they figure out like, oh my God, why? I should have known better, right? Because you didn't give it enough time. You maybe looked at this person's surface and what they had, and you're like, oh, this is my person. But then you didn't know later on, oh my God, this person, likes to over drink at night and then abuse me, or, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case. And I'll tell you what, something just popped into my head about that. If you have a soul connection with someone, right? And I hear a lot of readers say this too. And it's right, though. It's right. Okay, they say if you have been in a toxic relationship with somebody, a soulmate or whatever, like if they physically abused you, you don't want that person back. And that is absolutely correct. But that's not the only thing that you don't want them back. Okay? There's all sorts of abuse. We have mental abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse, material abuse. Anybody that has done any kind of abuse to you, stealing from you, lying to you, cheating on you, that's all involved in mental and physical. It seriously is. So if you're like one of those people, oh, my divine masculine, he cheated, and, I just have to be patient, and what is that telling about your self-worth? Don't wait for anybody. I don't care if they say it's your twin flame, your soulmate, or whatever, because there's already a whole bunch of people out there that are so hung up on the twin flame journey. And it's like, and in the twin flame journey, the masculine is usually in and out of the feminine's life, because the feminine has no self-love, but she accepts him in because, oh, twin flame. And then, what happens? Maybe the feminine gets pregnant. Darn. And then what happens? The masculine ghosts again. Now look what you've done. Now you've started your tarot channel because you don't know what's going on. You're pregnant. You have no other outlets to go for. You go for a tarot channel. I went for a tarot channel, but I was smart enough to not get pregnant, okay? You know what I mean? I don't need to get pregnant to catch a man. You know what I'm saying? I take care of myself. And I feel like having children is a very important, it's a thing. You don't want to just randomly do it. Personally, I feel like I was birthed because my mother was trying to keep my father. And that's what a lot of feminines are doing out there. And they're not quite feminines. Not yet. They might think or say they are because they read tarot, but they're not. Not if they are trying to convince somebody out there that you need to wait for this twin flame who has caused all this abuse on you. Not only have they caused abuse on you, but they will also be causing trauma on your child, because that child without a father, now they don't have both patriarch and matriarch to help them grow and to help them learn about love and family and all that. So basically we got people out here that are not, their divine feminine separated from their divine masculine. Some of them are pregnant or keep getting pregnant by this person. What's wrong with you? You are actually causing mental instability and trauma for that child that was birthed from this divine union. And it's so sad that I see these readers out here, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, and oh, my divine masculine, he ghosted us, he hasn't been back. And already the person has had the child has been without the father for 6 months. How much longer are you going to wait for this person? How much longer are you going to abuse your child's mental state? That right there. A lot of you people are watching these readers. They have absolutely no medical background, no schooling or anything. Some of these readers are straight out of high school that you're listening to. They don't even have full life experience. And y'all are like running with it. I feel so bad. But the way I see it is somebody's going to find this video on accident and they're going to be like, oh shit, she's right. That's right. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer to get information from a person who has lived through stuff. a person who has actually went to school and understands how to explain and logically come up and devise answers and help people research their own problems, not just coming up with all this. Readers on YouTube also, they watch other readers continuously. I have a life, I can't do that. And plus I've come to realize that I'm a tarot reader. I don't really need to listen to other readers. I did jump in to see something, and thank God I did, because I think I was guided to watch that video because I was reminded about that conjunction, that 13-year cycle, which led to this reading, right? So that's cool, you know. But yeah, you guys, the tarot world is so toxic, and they're teaching the wrong people. Tarot readers are teaching people how to be abusive and how to maintain abuse for the children who are born out of these relationships of divine feminine and divine masculine with no father or mother. It sucks. Think of the children, you guys. So let's keep going. So somebody here is going to, yeah, that was long. I spoke long on that, but it's serious. This is serious, okay? This is not just, oh, it's a tarot reading. This story could be happening to something, and this is serious. And the reason why it's serious is because children are involved. You're ruining these children's lives by waiting for some masculine that ghosted you, cheated on you, whatever. Financially abused you, mentally abused you, cheated on you. And you believe, oh, because this is your divine masculine, you must wait and you must be compassionate because they're healing, whatever, whatnot. What about the child? Who cares about him? Get off your channel and start, caring for your child. I know this because I have gone through parental alienation, issues with children and the father and mother being there for the child. I have been seriously abused in relationships in regards to my child and family and ex-husband. So I can give you examples. I know. And I didn't watch it on some TV show or movie. I lived it. Okay? So let's find out what the final card is here. It looks like somebody here, though, you need to work on yourself, okay? Either that is the advice, or if, yeah, that's your advice. If it's an obstacle, that's something that you're going to have to figure out how you're going to be able to work on yourself alone, basically, right? We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse here. That means there's no creation for stability right now for someone. Because you got to work, you got to get through this. And this is true. I just saw 2222. And this is true, right? And I've been through this too. Having a hard time to create stability for yourself. Why? Because you need to do this. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on your craft and this, that, and the other, right? So maybe you are looking for love because it's supposed to be a love reading. But to me right now, what these cards are showing me, you need to work on your stability first. Possible your mental state. Work on your self-love. Get away from whatever this toxic thing was. Okay? Work on yourself. Because right now, your stability may not be that great. You may not even want to receive any kind of passionate messages from anyone, anywhere. This is a card of Sagittarius too, by the way. This is a card of Virgo. So it's telling me right now that somebody here needs to go within and go into solitude or something with that Virgo right there. And you need to try to see, you're not receiving any type of, passionate messages. You're not doing well maybe on the stability. Now, this doesn't have to be financial stability either. Just whatever stability, right? I think I'm feeling the stability. This is a mental stability that has to do with a lot of emotions, but it's passionate and anger and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So with this card in the reverse, okay, with this card in reverse, you have to be a little bit less angry at yourself. I feel like somebody's mad at themselves for falling for something. You need to lighten up on yourself. It's not your fault. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not your fault. Whoever came here and is like, fuck, yeah, it sounds like my story because, I just got out of something crazy and I just walked away, it was toxic and, I don't really feel good, but you need to work on yourself. That's what you'll get over it. And yeah, so right now you might not be feeling up to like receiving any kind of passion. You may be feeling a little upset inside or whatever. That's okay. We're all going to feel that when shit happens, right? It's okay. And you'll get through this. Okay? It's okay. I know it was supposed to be a love reading, but you know what? The way I see this is because this 13-year cycle thing is coming and people are separating, it's not like we can jump into love right away anyways, right? You want to make sure that what's at the bottom of the deck? 5 of Cups. Yeah, so you're hurting right now a little bit over this. What has happened? But like I said, it's very, very, very important that you heal from this. Because if this 13-year cycle is coming and you do figure out that, oh my gosh, I'm approaching someone or something or a situation that feels like it might be the new cycle for you, you want to make sure you start that right. You don't want to jump into it. You don't want to... How about friends first? Isn't that a good idea? Because me personally, like for me, I want a relationship. I want a future and I want to have a good, happy relationship with someone. But I have boundaries right now and I will not, and I refuse to step back on those boundaries. No matter how cute the guy is, no matter how much money he has, whatever, I don't care. Because those things don't really matter to me. What matters to me is loyalty, trust, and commitment. And honor. Kind of like the Navy motto. Honor, courage, and commitment. That's my motto. You know what I'm saying? And loyalty. We add loyalty to that too. So, it's like that's what I'm looking for. And those are my rules for me. You know what I'm saying? Those are my boundaries. So somebody here also may need to build up some boundaries. So when you do step forward to another relationship, that you can put these out on the table in advance. You can put it out on the table with everybody. People like to kind of like meet up and then they shack up and then they hook up and it's like, and some of those hookups, like they think it's a one-nighter, boom, they get people get pregnant and shit. Oh my, no responsibility out here. I'll tell you what, no responsibility out here. No self-worth out here, people doing that shit. How can you have sex with somebody also? Maybe you dated somebody and they come back. How can you have sex with somebody you haven't seen for a couple months? How do you know who they've been with? That's kind of gross. That's kind of disgusting. But we got people out here doing it. Okay? So obviously somebody's hurt right here, And, you do need that grieving period. We all need it. We got the sign Scorpio right here. What's underneath? Yeah, you're in your feels with that Knight of Cups. You want to talk to somebody. Somebody wants to talk to somebody. I don't know if it's you or someone else, right? Somebody wants to talk to somebody, express their emotions. I don't suggest that if you haven't healed from the last thing. Because I'll tell you what, if you are going towards a person who is healed, I mean, I'm not talking about a person who's like healed, enlightened, no, healed for this particular situation, right? If you are coming towards a person who has healed in this situation from your past, and you are not, they will recognize it. They're going to recognize it right off the bat. And you're going to be refused. You're going to try to give some sort of emotional statement of some sort. Maybe the statement of, I want to heal. But the thing is here, you got to be smart about it, buddy. You got to be smart. You know why you got to be smart? Because you are not an emperor yet. But the King of Swords is one step away from the emperor. And if you can heal yourself properly, guess what the consolation prize is? It's the Empress. And I just got the frickin' chills all over my body. It's not going to be easy, you guys. And it never is. But if you can work towards your self-healing and understanding like why you went through things and why you're so hurt. And like I said, you got to backtrack all the way to childhood. You can do it. Okay? So if this resonated, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. One more thing before I go. I just looked down. I did bring out the boggles, and I wanted to just throw out a few boggles and see what letters we get. And I'm going to give you some letters right now. Whatever you can see on the camera applies. We have E and E. AJR. RNH. OOT. If whatever letters you can see, and if any of those apply to you, this reading might, there might be a message in here for you. It doesn't have to be the whole complete reading, but there might be one or two things that resonate that you're like, okay. And they resonate because you're not healed from those things yet. And that's something you just got to look into real quick. Or not real quick, but however long it takes you. Because it is real quick once you figure out like, oh, that's why I do this. I'm telling you what, healing is a snap after that. Once you figure out what it is, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? The weight is lifted. And then that's like, wow. Then you're finally on your way to healing from that particular thing. All right, you guys. Don't forget to keep it true love energy, happy, friendly, loving types. We have nothing to fear as long as we stay calm and cheerful. I'm Mona, this Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.